FragPunk, the perfect game for those who think Valorant is too boring. Let me explain. Hey guys, East45 here. So recently this new game came out called FragPunk. You've most likely seen it around and about, and may have even played some yourself. I remember first hearing about it through one of Macro's videos when the game was in beta testing, and the way that he described it sounded pretty fun, so I kept the game on my radar until it would be fully released. This was before Marvel Rivals came out, so I was still looking for new multiplayer games to play and add to my rotation. Marvel Rivals came out first though and filled that slot just perfectly, but when this game released I still wanted to give it a try. So join me today as I list what I think the game does well, and well, doesn't do well. That's a lot of wells. Guess you could say it's well set. Okay, so FragPunk comes from development team Bad Guitar Studio, which at a glance looks like a new dev studio coming out with their first game, which is somewhat true, but they are actually a subsidiary studio of NetEase Games, Thunderfire Studios. You might be familiar with the name NetEase as of recent, as they are the makers of Marvel Rivals, and I can definitely see that crossover into FragPunk. It's flashy and has a bunch of different animations for its menu, but that's where my first issue arises, the game's flashiness, and that all lies in the game's It can be confusing, especially for more casual players. It feels like everything's a little too contrasted in an attempt to be unique. It just makes things look a little confusing. And it's not just the menu, but also in matches, the UI just needs some tweaking. It took me a while to find out where I can check how many players are left on each team. I even had a hard time finding the bomb when one of my teammates dropped it from dying. Comparing this game to Valorant real quick, since it's technically a tactical shooter as well, Valve's UI is just so much more simple and clean compared to Frag's. When I was a new player in Valve, I could clearly navigate the menu without help, and in matches I could tell what was going on clearly, how many people are alive on each team, where the spike was dropped, etc. You can get used to it like I have, but it shouldn't take that long for a new player to get adjusted to everything. Also, with there being so much different stuff, it feels cluttered, and made even worse when there's new stuff waiting for you in the menu and it has indicators in a bunch of different places. It can be visually overstimulating. Plus you have to go into every place and hover over them to get rid of it. Marvel Rivals has that perfect blend of ooh, wow, and being easy to look at and navigate. FragPunk low-key feels like sometimes it can give a non-epileptic person a seizure. So I feel like if they scaled down a little on it, it would be a huge improvement. Now rolling back over to the Valve comparisons, when I first heard of this game again through Macro, I didn't know it was supposed to be a tactical shooter like Valve or CSGO. Looking at the gameplay, it reminded me more of Call of Duty Search and Destroy meets a hero shooter. But once I actually got into practice range and tested out everything, I could see the similarities right away. From the character abilities to the guns, which actually scared me for a while. Not because I thought it was trying to be like Valve and it would be, trying to be like Valve would be its end, but because in all honesty, I do not like Valorant that much. Let me explain. The gameplay of Valve is just not for me. From the gunplay to how you play the game itself is just boring to me. Either waiting behind a corner hoping an enemy peeks their head, or slowly making one's way to the site, and even turning one corner results in you getting one tap from halfway across the map by someone else who waited 45 seconds until someone turned the corner. The guns don't feel fun to use because again, it rewards lining up the perfect headshot so you only have to use one bullet in the magazine. It just doesn't do it for me. The only reason I started playing the game and played it somewhat consistently back in the day was because one of my best friends introduced it to me in 2021. If it wasn't for that, I don't think I ever would have downloaded the game on my own, and if so, I wouldn't have played long. I only played when friends wanted to play. Very little would you catch me playing on my own accord, and when I did, it was just spike rush or quick play. I tried again time to time to give the game a chance, but I just didn't click with it, and that's okay. The friend who introduced me to Valve said himself that he doesn't like the pace of FragPunk. I, however, loved the gameplay of FragPunk, and was happy it wasn't exactly like Valve's as mentioned earlier. I was scared it would be boring to me like Valorant, but nope. I find the gunplay very fun and engaging, and the character abilities fun to use. I feel like I can actually rush in without having to risk turning the corner and getting one tap by someone who stood there for a whole minute. And that's not to say the game doesn't reward more tactical side of, the tactical shooter. Again, the character abilities are great for both engaging and holding down sites. I've taken the fancy to Chum and Chomper, and I feel they're both able to hold down a site when defending with Chopper while using Chomper and mines, while also pushing by feeding Chomper a mine to turn him into a moving homing grenade. Same with Nitro, she can set up sites but can also use her drone to scout out ahead when attacking. And of course you can't forget the game's main selling point. FragPunk's main mechanic of the game, promising it will make no 2 rounds the same. Well, let's see how well that holds up. First off, doesn't it kind of seem like RNG? I mean, some cards are going to be better than others, so if one team gets objectively better card selections, isn't it kind of unfair? Well, yes, but I guess that's where the fun of the game comes from, not knowing what kind of cards you're going to get. Because if they were all laid out to choose from, everyone would buy the same ones each time, kind of ruining the whole no 2 rounds are the same thing. But it does have balancing to it. I mean, you have to buy the cards, so if your team does get some good cards, there's no guarantee you guys can afford it. Let's say you got a good card and everyone spent their credits in that one card. 2 rounds from now, you may get another great card, but don't have the credits to go all in on it. So even if one team keeps getting great cards, they can't buy them again and again. Plus, from my experience playing, your cards aren't even going to be the best all the time. Sometimes the team doesn't buy any at all for a round because it's not worth spending the credits. But overall, I do think they are a pretty decently fun mechanic and can switch up gameplay. Now, here comes the real judgment when it comes to free-to-play games. How is the... Well, like Valorant and CSGO, it has gun skins you can purchase.
But wait, there's more!
Unlike Valorant and CSGO, who only have gun skins, or other hero shooters that have character skins that also change their guns, FragPunk has both.
Both is good.
Yes, you can buy skins for the different weapons in game and also for your preferred lancers. And I'm not quite sure about this, but I don't think lancer skins come with any gun skins as well. And checking, yep, they don't. If you get a lancer skin, it does not come with a gun. Okay, so that sounds like a lot, but maybe the prices aren't that bad to compensate. Let's take a look. I took a look in the shop, and for a legendary gun skin, it costs $10. And for a legendary lancer skin, it costs $20. So altogether, if you wanted to get a legendary gun skin and a legendary lancer skin, that would be $30. Judge that how you will. If you I don't know. And again, these are both legendary skins that I rated in the item shop. So yeah, judge that how you will. If you want to get both, you gotta pay $30. The game also has a bunch of different things you can spend either the free or paid currency on, which leads back to things feeling cluttered. Like, the stickers are nice, but they are only really for profile customization, and the game treats them like they're so cool. Like, whoa, look what you got from the sticker pack. And you get duplicates so often, I don't know what you do with them. Like, the game counts how many of a certain sticker you have. So can you do something with the duplicates you get? Like trade them in for something? I haven't seen any of the sort, so why even count how many duplicates I have if I can't use them for anything? It just reminds me of how many times I could have gotten something new. Some lancers are also locked behind a paywall. You can use the free currency to buy them, but why not just have everyone unlocked off rip? I never liked the idea of games locking characters. I feel like that limits variety right off the bat of who I can play. Having all of them just lets you better decide your mains. This is yet another W for Marvel Rivals, by the way, having all their characters unlocked. Which begs the question, if it's under NetEase, why does Rivals have stuff that Frag doesn't? Anyway, the game also has gambling. Woo! Gambling! Jokes aside, it's set up almost exactly like Genshin Impact and other gacha games. I mean, just look at this animation for it. So in order to gamble, you have to spend pop cans, and you can use those to get the cool stimulating animations. Wow, look at this cool animation. This is going to encourage me to continue gambling. Yeah, you use them to open to gamble, and it opens up and you get, well, whatever you get. With there being a chance to win this cool knife, guys. Wow. And if you gamble 50 times, you'll get it for free, because we pity you for failing 50 times. So I did some calculating based on how much it costs to get a single pop cap if you decided to pay real world money for each pop cap, and it would cost $80 to get the knife if you failed all 50 times. Because it guarantees you, like, on your 50th try, it gives you the knife for free. So if you spent a bunch of pop caps and failed those 50 times, that would be equivalent to you spending $80, failing 50 times to get that knife. It's okay though, guys. You don't have to spend the paid currency on pop caps. You can also use the earned in-game currency, but it's only once a month. Legit, it says that in the store. Monthly use when you buy a pop can. You can only buy a pop can in the store once a month. Like, I don't know if I read that wrong, but that's what it looks like. Granted, you can also get pop caps in other ways, like challenges, but it's still like, eh. Now, hearing all that might leave a bad taste in your mouth, but granted, the game can be very generous. With 3.5 hours of gameplay, I was able to get a good amount of stuff, excluding the free packages I got, which I'll bring up in a sec. First, you have login rewards, which give weapon skins and even a free lancer token, which is how I was able to get chum. So just by opening the game daily, I was able to get some decent stuff. The challenges and events also give quite a lot of good stuff, most of which I got just by playing. I wasn't even trying to do any of the missions. Like for Chum, you can get a bunch of stuff playing him due to his event, which yes, of course worked out for me as I was playing him the most, but still. And I think that's a very good mechanic in games. When the missions, you get rewarded for just playing the game and not really doing anything too specific. From that, I was able to drip out a lot of stuff like my profile and Chum himself. And the game also has no problem giving stuff away for certain occasions. First off, a free package of stuff was given away as compensation for some server issues they were having, which was really cool and something you wouldn't see a lot of game studios do today. And it came with a lot of cool stuff too. It wasn't some cheap stuff like 300 free in-game coins or some crap. It has cosmetics and a good amount of the game's currency. I also got another free package of stuff just for wishlisting the game, which also includes a lot of decent stuff. So by the end of everything, I was pretty decked out. Like I have nice skins for a decent amount of my guns, charms, other accessories, and this freaking cool knife. I don't remember which package it was from. I think it was the wishlist package, but I got this cool as heck knife for free again, I mind you. If this was Valorant, this knife would have been like $35 to $40 hands down, maybe even more. Like it's cool, it's got animations and everything. So I honestly don't feel too strongly about the monetization, because overall the game isn't terrible when it comes to obtaining cosmetics. You can also change the lobby background, which is pretty cool. I like that. And before I close this video out, there's just two small things I wanted to skim through. For one, the game has to inspect the weapon button, and the cool as hell one is that, which sounds odd, but you guys have no idea how much I love inspecting my weapon. It's my way of fidgeting when nothing is going on, and when a first person shooter game doesn't have it, it kind of saddens me. So I love that the animations for the inspecting your gun are so good. And the second thing, I thought for a good while the voice actor for Zypher was the same voice actor from Clementine from The Walking Dead. Like I was hearing her voice lines in game, and my mind kept peeping them because I'm like, wait, is that Clem? What is Clem doing here? I looked it up though, and they in fact do not share a voice actor, but you guys hear it, right? I can't be the only one.
Didn't realize there was going to be math. I'm losing count. Could you guys die a little slower?
Everybody dies. It's not really up to us anymore. There's this cold that settles on my skin. It happens right before a storm, too.
She sounds a lot like Clementine, but that might just be me. Overall, I think FragPunk is a pretty fun game, and generally enjoyed myself while playing, and definitely want to keep playing. It's a much more fast-paced Valorant, which for me, I like much better. The game is also pretty good when it comes to obtaining cosmetics. It does, however, need UI overhaul again. Like generally, I think they should do a lot of tweaking to the UI. So in my opinion, FragPunk is a more fun Valorant that takes the tactile aspect of everything and makes it a bit more engaging in my eyes. Play the game for yourself though, and form your own opinion, of course. And for those who have played it, leave that opinion down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a good day. Peace.
Every fish in the sea is the one for me.